thing to start. Is it on there now? It just went pausing live stream, stopping live stream, and then it went starting the live stream. Tells me on my end it just came up on my phone, then it came up live again on Twitter, Facebook, and it just came up Twitch. Let me know if it comes up Twitch on your end. I'm trying to. Did it come up on Twitch again? Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, it had to. Yeah, it just came up on my thing. It came up on everything. I just got like 7 alerts. Yeah, it's on there. I don't know why it did that. It's never done that before.
I don't know.
That's weird. Ugh. So we probably won't be on too much longer, guys. We're exhausted, but we'll try to do a little bit more, and we're going to have to call it a night here soon. I am like barely staying awake. I just had Satan pop online with Pokemon Shining Pearl, whoever the heck that is. But he wants us to know that he is Satan on Shining Pearl and not playing the new Pokemon. Whatever.
Rebel without a cause.
Rebel without a cause. Billy the Kid. If I've got to get a new notebook. Well, thanks for letting me know. I appreciate it. Finally out of class. Really? Yes, I thought the exact same thing. Oh, these are the most generic conversation. I see what you mean. That's what I said.
What the fuck?
What's going on with these? Look at his. Hold on. Look at the guy's movement. Look, I'm recording this while we're doing it. This is sad. Like, oh crap! Can't open the menu instead of recording. Damn it! I'm so used to playing on other systems. Look, his walk. Hold on. I want to record the video. Look at that! Look at that walk. That's like a 10 FPS walk. Like 2022, and we got a 4080 out, and we're working with. I mean, I don't know. That's sad. I feel bad. It's just sad. I had better frame rates when I was playing the NES. Actually, it was, in fact, they're running 120 FPS on the NES. You're gonna like transfer the signal strength. Like 120 FPS. Oh, look at this library. I'm being asked if Grumpy Bomber is still in the stream.
It's on the chat.
Yeah. What other platforms? Yes, sir. Are you always streaming through the week? We are not always streaming through the week. It's kind of hit or miss right now. We don't have a streaming schedule just because we're working with trying to do just regular kind of content, but we are going to try to get to that point where we have like a sort of stream schedule or something. And we're going to work on it for sure when it comes to that. Right now, we're just kind of doing what we can.
Or something by December.
Yeah,
panned out.
Yeah, hopefully, like a consistent stream schedule by December.
As far as like, I just need to get past
the
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and like Mark, like he left speaking with his family. He's an outcast of the family. He said he's not going to. Just kidding, but holidays does make it a little bit harder to try to do things. No, we don't just stream Pokemon. We kind of stream a little bit of everything. It's just kind of whatever comes to us at the time. If we get time to announce before, we absolutely will. But as of now, it's probably like 75% fighting games. But I myself have been like switching in other games. We did like some weird games the other day, like Ace of Seafood, where it's an underwater first-person shooter with fish. Like crazy stuff. Just kind of mixing it in there. Like a little bit of everything. We're thinking here probably kind of like what Mark was saying, after the holidays we'll have a little bit more of a consistent schedule, working on putting an ad out for like more staff members and stuff to kind of work in whatever they're able to do as well. It's totally big enough to let loose and battle in here. For some reason they banned Pokemon battling in the entrance. Boy, I wonder why. Were they using explosion and exploding the building? I mean, come on, let's be real here. How did you find your first school commute? Rice, they're all made to order, so you kind of just have to order the shirts separately, unfortunately. As far as like getting a stock of shirts made, it's like super expensive. Like for tour, just for staff and volunteers, around $600, and that was only for like 52 shirts or something. And that was getting like doubles made of that, so it's expensive. It's a lot of money. But those are made to order, so that's in their super quality. I've got 3 of them so far in different colors, and there's some. I mean, at least especially the premium is one of the best shirts I've ever had, for sure. It's already lasted through like at least 20 washes. Yeah, Mark's still on here.
I'm just getting tired.
No, you're good. You're good. We've actually got 11 people on here between the platforms. That's some of the best we've had. Yeah, we're just streaming Pokemon right now. Mark is actually working on his living decks and has been playing Sword and Shield tonight, right?
Yeah, it's just been a long grind through all the games. I'm still on last gen games.
Yeah, so far, I mean, I don't have, Yeah, Bryce, grab the one soon because it's going off on Thursday here, so... Tomorrow's Sunday here, Monday for you. Those are going off Thursday, and then the plan is to have 2 designs for the podcast and 2 designs for just Game Junction. I hope that works out. If not, I'll have to try to work in something myself, but usually it doesn't seem to work out. We've got 14 people on here, Mark. That's the best we've had between the platforms. Yeah, it's so this shirt was supposed to go offline Friday, but I think it's going to go offline Monday. For some reason they have like a 48-hour window. So the CRT design will go off Monday, I believe. And then also Bryce is my brother, by the way. Bryce, grab that CRT design if you can, because we can't repeat the same design. If we're working through Bonfire, they won't accept the same design again. They only do limited edition.
That's
yeah.
stupid.
I mean, it kind of is, but kind of not. I mean, I get it. Like, if you're working with somebody that you want to keep your design at all times, then yeah, but we went in knowing that, like, hey, you can only submit a design once, so that's how they work. They have creators that are constantly... I mean, they have creators that are doing new designs every week, so we've had ours for almost 2 months, so that's substantial because we've never had another design for a shirt. But the plan is to have a shirt with just a Game Junction logo, just a Game Junction podcast, and also one unique design for each. I highly doubt that's going to work out by tomorrow with who we spoke to, so I'll probably have to just see if me and Mark can figure something out on that. But graphic design is not my forte. But I definitely also won't put out something that's trashy either. So at least the main designs, I would put out just the logo for each for sure. But when it comes to like a unique design like the CRT that I'm wearing now, I won't just throw something out. Like, if it's something I wouldn't buy, then I'm not going to put it out. Oh, hey, we're in school. Like, I absolutely support the design we have now. The only thing I would have changed, like, post this, is having the CRT text blurred. Just because the CRT doesn't blur text. But, I mean, it still, it still does look good and does the job. And I liked it enough to have 3 myself, so... that's the only thing I would have changed about this, but it's definitely a design hack because we won't do the same design again. You can't submit that design to bonfires. So. Yep. Hey, we got 15 peeps in here. Woohoo. Yep, it's first time playing through this. Not enough time to play through games like this very often, but this is probably... I would like to say that this is only an hour worth of playthrough, but probably about 4 hours of streaming on my end. The amount of difficulties we've had. Alright, so Mark, please just take a quick look at the tapping in the left center from that student. And let me know what your feelings are about that, because I'm recording that too.
That kid, like, kicking his feet?
Yeah, he's like, that's like what? Like maybe 5 FPS? Like
12 out of 10 is a perfect game.
Yeah, I love it. I love it so much.
Hey. Like the whole, I was going at like 5 frames a second.
Scary. I need to get one. Yeah, just grab one of those for sure. It's supposed to go offline by Monday. Have Mark put the link in there or something in the chat. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what chat they're coming from, so let me type it in.
Oh,
it's gathering
Facebook.
Like everything. Is that on Facebook?
No, I'm the only one on Facebook.
Okay, I was gonna say it's Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and then Facebook, which could be any of the pages. Right. There is the link for that design of t-shirt. Like I said, should go offline Monday. They have a 48-hour window, which is weird, but if you want to get that, definitely check into that. Like I said, grab 3 designs myself because I want to. I mean, every design that comes out, I want to have a few of because I mean, shirt can get ruined by 10 washes, so there's literally no reason not to grab one. Yeah, you're good, Bryce. You're good.
Catch them all.
No, my brother's laying his William down, his son. Oh, did I hit something on there? I don't think I hit something on there. I'm trying to pay attention to chat too. I was surprised to have somebody pop in at so late. Yep. Yeah, that's on there. If you actually look on there, it was a short release today. And then we had a video go up for Tour Gaming Expo yesterday. And before that, we're working on everything as far as YouTube, but we've had some clips in our YouTube, like our podcast stuff that's gone to YouTube, Twitch, and all the other stuff. But we have clips that are just on YouTube as well.
Boom. Boom.
Yeah, we've got a lot in the works as far as the YouTube exclusive stuff. And then also, let me put in the link for the Linktree because I have put in reels the past like 4 days. And then as well as all the like exclusive content that's on Facebook as far as posts and then tweets and stuff like that as well. Which I work on every single day. Almost second row to the front. I do like legitimately seriously hope that they put out a patch for just some of the frame rate and resolutions. I mean, I feel like there's not much they can do on the resolution front, but the frame rate, I feel a heck of a lot better. This was even just running at a solid 30.
It'd be a lot better.
Yeah, I feel like some of those motions are like not even hitting 15 frames a second. That's It's been a long time since I've seen like jank like that bad. Like, alright, for instance, The Witcher on Switch doesn't have jank like that. That's obviously a massive game, and I can't remember any jank that was so complained about ever in that game, and I put enough time into it to definitely not see stuff like that from a first party developer. It just blows my mind.
Game actually makes you go to school.
Apparently, in a language I am not familiar with.
You can't just spend 8 hours for real.
Look at this chick's hair over here. Look at this. What is this? What? Her name is question mark.
She's clearly into using dark type Pokemon's my guess.
Yeah, for sure.
She's a fan of.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Mark is always consistent in all the Game Junction stuff, but as well, he does have a separate Twitch. It is Grumpy Bomber, and then usually that stuff is shared within Game Junction. Yeah, he doesn't typically use that.
Trained on that in like
a long time. Usually just find him on the Game Junction stuff. We have stuff within that link tree that I shared. We have the lounge that he's consistently posting in, as well as the page, podcast page, stuff like that. So he's pretty active in a lot of the other things. Hey, Mark, you sound like a pretty cool guy.
Appreciate it.
Hey, he appreciates that. Thanks.
Fortunate enough.
Yeah, guys, we absolutely appreciate everything. Yeah, if you want to share it on there, for sure. I will say, actually, when I was talking with I think just Lucas, was it Lucas and you the other day that I said about Tumblr, or maybe with the podcast guys? We actually have the option on Instagram. Obviously, typically stuff like that is shared to there, just because it gives us the option to share to Facebook and Tumblr, as well as Twitter. So depending on whether it's a real post or video, I will actually be making a Tumblr just for the reshare of some of the stuff from there, but that also hits a lot of people that aren't going to see the Instagram stuff. As of now, I don't plan on it being like a primary platform, just because I can't. I am having a heck of a time keeping up now. There's absolutely no way. I can't even get exclusive content on TikTok most of the time. I'm trying, but we will have that, and we'll have stuff shared to there. I need to get that made tomorrow, actually, so I appreciate you bringing that up. That's something I've been meaning to do this past week, but it's... Yeah, let me send that again. Hold on. It is Linktr.ee/gamejunction. They use a weird HTML, but it's a unique one to where they're able to get by some of the stuff in Google searches. So yeah, appreciate it. Hey, we sound like pretty cool guys.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool, boys. Yeah, absolutely. Email is... Sorry, no, you're good. Email is gamejunction.oh@gmail.com. For sure, send it there, man. You guys got codes going out for anything? Absolutely send it there. One of us will, for sure, cover stuff like that. We're all for that with... as far as like game reviews, I have it on the Linktree, but I also work with Go Nintendo, and I do various reviews with them and stuff, and articles as well. Piqued your interest, huh? That lady is, well, they call her La Primera.
I was gonna say. They'd say you're pretty cool, but do they know when you were like in 6th grade you sold shade for 5 cents?
Alright, Mark, tell the story, please.
There's not much to tell. I don't even remember that much. Just like in elementary school, going around selling shade.
Myself, I could picture literally every tree down that whole line of the fence and selling the shade. Because we learned this shit from Ed, and Eddie. which my brother will greatly appreciate because he also loves that Ed and Eddie. But
Trying to scam people out of their
we're scamming people out of their money for 5, 10, 15 cents, maybe a quarter if you're lucky. All right, I mean my brothers and sisters all went to Pickaway Elementary, so they understand. But it'd be so hard to explain to somebody that doesn't have any idea what the area. Essentially, it's a straight line of a fence with trees, probably maybe 3 feet ahead of it, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
3-4 feet ahead of it. Well, these 3 or 4 feet ahead of it trees, we decided to own the entire lot. I mean, that had to have been maybe like 3/4 of a mile all the way long. Of course, we couldn't go to. We had like half, if we were lucky, half of a mile of the trees from like start to finish for Pickaway Elementary. But anyway, we got all these trees there. They're like 6-7 feet ahead of it, and there's shade. It's hot as shit. You're a kid, right? So you don't particularly like the heat in front of you for 30-45 minutes of recess. So we decided to own these trees just because our name was Brandon and Mark, and we decided to charge you if you wanted to even walk near the shade of the trees because they're the best. They're the best shade in the block. The only shade on the block, right?
I might say it's the only shade.
It's the only shade. So we decided to charge you 5, 10, or 15 cents, maybe 25 cents if you wanted it for the whole year. If you wanted shade for the whole year, you owed a quarter. That's about all I remember. The other money amounts. Hey, I can remember, and I can say this because I think it's funny and it's appropriate. I remember telling Cody that he owed me a quarter if he wanted shade the next day for the rest of the school year. I remember this plain as day. He's one of the only ones I remember besides Aaron. Aaron Moss, if you remember him. I do remember telling him. Yeah, I do remember telling him he owed me a quarter too. So we had Aaron and Cody that I told them, you bring me a quarter back tomorrow, you got shade for the rest of the year, and that's a promise. And that's all I remember. All this stupid shade. And I'd be literally straight from like Ed and Eddie. I remember Billy and Mandy doing something like this too, where they like tried to say they owned something on their block. These people had to come in through like a line and stuff.
I don't really remember like their response. It's just like the dumb shit we were doing.
I don't remember this response either, but man, the memories with me and you, like, they're some of the only ones that like stay attached from like childhood, where I'm like I can vividly remember these memories.
Like the reasons people just like.
There's no. I mean, it made no sense, but people gave us money. People. Was it enough to spend on anything? No. But but I remember this. I can remember like who was Michaela Miller. I can remember specifically her bringing back like a quarter the next day. I can remember that. There were some other people. I'm trying to think of names like off the top of my head. For sure, I remember him. Who?
Like I guess he owns it.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of that, I remember like we went to go
Mallory, what was her name? I think it's Mallory. It's either Mallory Anderson or Mallory Cordell. One of those. Gave me a quarter the next day. I can remember that. It was one of the Mallorys. There was 2 Mallorys in the class. But yeah, there was a few people, man. I remember that. There's just like vivid memories.
I can't remember. I guess you might want to call it. I think it was like in 6th grade. I don't remember what her name was. But we went to see some movie. And I don't even remember what it was.
Me and you. It was you. It was me and Brittany.
I just don't remember what her name was.
It was you and Michaela Huffman and me and Brittany. I just talked to her a few years ago.
Because she like put her hand out to like hold hands, and I was like,
yes. It was me and Brittany. God no.
It's one of those things that I'm like, nobody probably remembers.
Oh, I remember that 100%.
It'll be like 3 in the morning, and there's like, I'm such a dumb. It's so cringe. You're like, I'm such a fucking.
Brittany,
so
hold on. Give me a second. I literally just talked to her a few years ago. She's got 2 kids already, bro. Brittany. God, what was her name? I literally just talked to her a few years ago. It was you, Michaela Huffman, and Brittany. Anyway, I know exactly who it is. I dated her during that time you guys were doing it for like a few days or whatever the fuck it was. Whatever it was in grade school, bro. Whatever it was. You guys might have dated for a day. I mean, who knows?
It's so cringe.
What the fuck was her name? Oh my god, I do those. So funny. I literally talked to her a few years ago. She still been messaging us on Facebook about was what I remember something about. I think it was when Cody passed away. So like 2020. But God, what's her name? Might just have to look at my Facebook. Regardless. Anyway, yeah, we went to go see a movie. It was hilarious. We were in grade school. We thought it was like our first real date. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. This is such dumbasses. Don't know shit about life. Thought we was getting some whatever. What we thought we was getting. It was like, oh my god, we're going on our first real date like we're men. What's her name? Oh man, this is bothering me so much. I've got her on Facebook, but I've got like 30 Britneys on here. It's ridiculous. It's 32 Britneys. I'd have to go all the way through it. Anyway, yeah, I know the exact memory, so it doesn't matter what the name is. But yeah, I mean, just look. Do you remember? Listen, tell me if you remember this. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Sorry, we got into like some memory stuff. It's like we don't get this chance that often. But do you remember when I was climbing the tree, broke the branch, and got put on the wall for a week? Do you remember that?
Yeah. I didn't see it, but I remember it happening like off to the side.
I got put on the wall for a week.
Oh, you like fell down.
Yeah, I fell down, snapped the whole branch off, tried to throw it over the fence, and hide it. I got put on the wall for a week.
Cause you're being stupid.
Dude, I always did stupid shit. Dude, do you not remember our... Oh my god, tell me you don't remember our... what did we call it? I think we call it the Daredevil Club. We jump off of everything as high as we could. The slides as high as we could. We'd run off the swirly slides. We'd jump off the little spaceship dome thing. Do you not remember that? Dude,
I do barely fuck now.
Dude, we got put on the wall for that. Me, you, and Cody. The three of us.
Jumping off because the tall slide where we go straight up, we jump.
Yeah, we're jumping off the top of it.
Like I'm not hurting myself. Who cares?
We got put on the wall for it, dude. Like 2 days or something for that. We had the Daredevil Club. You had to pass the test to join it.
Oh, the other dumb shit. Like, I forgot.
We'd fly as high as we could on the swing, jump off, and try to flip.
I didn't break my neck.
Dude, I'm surprised I'm not dead. This is probably why I have the fucking chronic pain and shit I have, dude. Jump off everything I possibly could. Such fucking idiots. I can remember jumping against the brick wall and me and Cody learning how to flip the brick wall, and somehow this motherfucker learned how to double flip on the brick wall. I tried to do it, and I laid it on my back. That's fucking probably why my back's all fucked up.
Dumb shit you did as a kid.
I tried to double jump and I landed on my back.
I know you weren't there for this, but when you broke the branch, it reminded me one time. I don't know. I think it was maybe.
You remember your tree?
No, it was like junior year in cross country. I don't remember the course you're at. It's one of the ones down south on one of the colleges. Like the course.
Rio Grande?
Was it Rio Grande? And for whatever we were doing something stupid. I don't know if it was me or somebody else, but they like hopped up to like kick a branch or something, and it like flipped the person. The branch snapped, and whoever was fell down.
I don't think that was me, but I think I remember that happening. I actually don't think that was me. I do remember not getting all the way through and walking, though. I remember walking the last half of it.
I thought it was somebody else. I just remember laughing about it.
I remember that happened, too. Yeah, because the Bob Evans was right by there. The first Bob Evans, whatever,
farm.
Yeah.
I just reminded me of that stuff. Yeah, we used to climb the tree in the backyard all the fucking time.
Do you remember us? Do you remember your mom yelling at us for climbing the tree in your front yard? Your mom got mad at it? Yeah, she got mad at us.
You're gonna fall and hurt yourself. Oh,
But
there's
you had like 3 trees in your backyard that we like broke. Probably like 6 or 7 branches for.
trying to climb.
You know,
There's only like one. There's only like one good one, but it's like
there's only one good one. Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
branches.
Those trees are still there, right? I walked
Yeah,
the
they
dogs. I'm pretty sure it's pretty sure.
Yeah, they're all there. I mean, we used to be a stump from one of the pine trees that was cut down in the front yard that we would like be hardcore and ramp with the bikes doing like nothing.
Do you ever at least remember this one memory of that? Do you remember your neighbors getting like mad like behind you about us climbing the trees? Because I have this memory.
They're trees. I don't know why they're getting mad.
Well, I feel like they got mad because like branches were breaking off into your yard. I feel like there was one time, I can't remember if it was your house or Joey's house, because he also had 2 trees. But we would climb the tree and the branches would break off into your yard and they came out and fucking yelled at us. I feel like it was your house.
I feel like we threw stuff in their yard just because they were.
I think we did.
Like, over the fence.
Your computer was right there by the back door, dude. I remember everything about your house. Bro.
It's a hard white like privacy fence, so you can't see.
Bro. You weren't here this day. You're supposed to hang out with us. I specifically remember that. But how many people we got on stream? Alright. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Bryce, shut up. Shut up. Remember how Mr. Wolf screamed at kids? I absolutely do. Remember how Mr. Wolf would scream at me, man? He said, my brother said, language, sure, you wouldn't talk to Jesus like that. Well, anyway. What was I going to say? I'm trying to remember there's something funny, too. God dang it. Oh, man, I lost my whole train of thought. Something's hilarious. But do you remember, God, what was his name? Can't remember that would hang out around there too. Do you remember just like me, you, Joey? I think it was Jacob, and there's somebody else. Let's go to the park and do stupid shit. And do you remember when we did like the neighborhood watch? Do you remember that?
I remember that it happened. I just don't remember exactly what happened.
I specifically remember 5 of us. So it was the 4 of us and somebody else. I cannot remember who. It may have been like Cody that came over every now and then to my house or Joey's, but I feel like it was. I don't remember if it was Cody or not, to be honest with you. Cody would get dropped off at. Joey's mom would watch Cody, and then there was a few times where my mom watched Cody, like when Joey's mom couldn't. I think it was Cody. Anyway, walk around the whole Logan Village. We was all in there. We walk around. We check everything out. Be like, hey, you need any help? Hey, you guys need any help back here? Everything? You just walk around and ask people for help. But here's the funny part. Tell me if you don't remember this. Oh, by the way, I remember Brittany's last name. Brittany Seymour. That was her last name. That was the one I went to the movies with, and you went with Michaela. Yeah, I just talked to her a few years ago. She's married and got like 3 kids. But, still pretty good looking, though. Anyway, Brittany, if you ever see this, hey, listen, I'm single. I'm just saying. But, other thing was, do you remember when me and you made the flyers for the computer repair stuff?
I was about to bring up the
the electronics repair. We would repair any of your electronics, clean up your computer, put it.
One lady just like
she gave us like $40, bro.
I thought it was like $20. She just like whatever here.
Donated it. But here's the funny thing. That was Rebecca Little's mom. Do you remember that? You remember Rebecca Little? That was Rebecca Little. She was the redhead.
Sounds familiar.
She was in the.
I'd like to see a picture.
The Discovery stuff with me when I did Discovery, like where you left the class and like did other stuff with science.
It's very rough. I have to see. The name sounds familiar, but I have to see.
She's probably married by now. God, I forgot about her, dude. That's like a.
No, I mean we took that. We went to like Blockbuster, found Blockbuster. Like Dragon Ball Z,
games.
pizza.
We were around the whole neighborhood saying, "Hey, here's a list of stuff we can do to repair your computer or electronics," or
begging for money.
Or we pretty much begging for money. We're kids, man. We gotta make money somehow, dude. We can't get jobs. We're not old enough. So if you can make a kind donation to us to be able to play video, dude, that was so cool, man. That was like, shit, literally. These type of things are ingrained in my mind forever. Like I just cannot forget about them.
A lot of this I forgot about. You bring it up, I'm like, oh fuck.
My brother's letting us know that he is pooping while listening. Well, thanks. We appreciate it.
I'm a wreck right now. Thank you.
But those are the type of things that I can't ever forget. Like I can't tell you how many times I've told these stories about this stuff.
Yeah,
like I just can't remember. I can't forget this stuff. Like I just can't.
Like one of the memories that never left is the night we were in your room watching a movie when Chucky came on. You're like,
oh my god,
I was like fucking laughing.
Even worse than that, do you remember
this?
That
definitely sticks in my mind.
Dude, I was terrified of Chucky, and that is why
I was like
terrified. And this is the only reason I feel like that's the only reason that I super enjoy horror movies today. Was that I was terrified of Chucky. I will never say I wasn't as a kid. Oh my god. The first time I saw Chucky, I saw Child's Play 1. We were living in an apartment. This is pre-Logan Elm. Like, I was going to Circleville. I was going to kindergarten at Circleville, and I moved halfway through to Logan Elm. But when I saw this, I was living out in an apartment, Tower Court, which is still in town, Circleville. My dad was watching it on Sci-Fi Channel, like he always did. I don't know if you remember that. You're welcome. My brother said you're welcome. I don't know if you remember that, but he's always watching Sci-Fi when he was home. So I saw it there at the apartment, terrified the shit out of me, and it was Child's Play 2, where Chucky's face was melting down. So it was like the eyeballs and like all that shit. Terrifying. So I feel like that's why I liked it today. But even better, for some reason this was engraved in Joey's mind. Like I said last time I talked to him, like literally sat there and went through all the memories and stuff. I can remember him saying this, and me remembering it vivid as day. My dad would watch Sci-Fi, and there was always like weird like alien sex scenes and shit on Sci-Fi. And it was the first time Joey ever saw a penis. It was a penis.
Doesn't he have his fucking penis?
And it was at my house, and he told his mom too. And I'm like, that's my dad's fault. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. It was. I think it was like Species 2 or something. It was called like a cheaper low. Yeah, it was like a cheaper lower budget like Alien Predator type stuff.
But there's like
Species.
I remember. Like my brother having Species 3, and I would like sneak to watch it.
We watched it at your house. Yeah, we watched it at your house. I remember that. I can't even remember when you and your brother were living in the same room with the bunk bed, and he had the Dragon Ball Z figures. Like, I remember all this stuff, dude. Yeah, big time. Your dad would get mad when I'd want to come over. Your dad didn't like that very well.
I just think he didn't like you. Looking back, I'm like, I don't think my parents liked you for some
probably not.
reason.
I mean, probably not. I don't know.
My parents were like, they were a lot different when we were growing up than how they kind of are now. They definitely.
Your dad was like a preacher at the time. And I don't know. Who knows?
Still, he's more hard into it than he is now.
Yeah, it was a whole different thing. But yeah, I don't think he liked me either. Like, things usually only went well when your mom was there. Like, we would go back and put in... I can remember where your computer was, by the glass doors of your back of your house going outside. I remember all that shit.
Hasn't really changed at all. Like, it
hasn't really changed. Do they still live there? I haven't seen them in a long time. Long time.
I mean, unless you...
I'm still in Circleville, so yeah, every day of my life, unfortunately. But yeah, I haven't seen your mom or dad in a long, years. Like, you'd think I would just run into them or something, but yeah, I meant to ask you that. I was wondering if they still live there or not, if you were coming here for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, because my sister, she lives side of like the northern side of Circleville, and she drives a school bus for Circleville City Schools. And
your older sister?
Yeah, she's remarried now. They've got 3 kids.
Well, if you're coming here, I definitely want to try to see you, man. I had no idea.
I didn't mention a whole lot because I don't know if I'm gonna have a whole lot of free time.
I don't care if you got an hour, bro. I definitely will try to meet up.
If any day I would be free.
My birthday is on Thanksgiving, by the way. So
I don't know if anything, Friday would probably be the day that would work best, but I'll let you know.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I absolutely want to see you. It's been a long time, but I'll tell you what, man. I was thinking about this too. I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember the bicycle game?
We put like fucking shit on our bicycles and just ride around.
Yeah.
We're
the Logan Elm Village bicycle game, bro. There's no other ones like us. We're the only ones.
Pretty much.
Dude, I was talking about this like a few weeks ago, maybe like a month ago or so, about just walking around offering to people. We were just offering to fix electronics in general. I don't even think it was just computers. I think I remember.
Didn't you used to have like a trampoline or something?
Yeah.
Somebody else.
Yeah, no, I had a trampoline. Yeah.
You go there do stupid shit and like injure yourself.
All the time, dude, and probably also half the reason why I have had multiple back surgeries. I'm sure. Stupid stuff. Yeah, my brother that passed away also did all that stuff on there. And, good lord, yeah. Yeah. It was wild times. It was whatever the heck we did the dumbest stuff, man. I mean, from breaking it's not even like a little tree branch that I broke. That was a massive tree branch that I broke and threw over the fence to try to get away with. I think it was Cody that told on me too. I feel like it was. Somebody told on me. It was either Cody, Joey, or you that told on me. And I'm like, because we're the only ones over there.
Like, what are you, fucking asshole?
Like, I don't know. I just threw it over the fence. I was a kid. I thought I could get away with it, but I probably could have if somebody didn't tell on me. They gonna notice a little tree branch with they got like 16 trees through there, man. Like they checking every one of those every day.
Alright.
But
I'm pretty sure the branch probably was like half dead. This pipe broke.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, those trees were not healthy trees. They're not now. My daughter. It's funny. My daughter goes there to elementary now. So
did it change a whole lot?
No, man. Playground's exactly the same. They've it's like they've repainted it probably multiple times, but it's like they've redone everything through, but they haven't changed anything out. Primed and painted everything. That's about it. But Logan schools did pass to get all their schools replaced, so that high school and high school and middle school are first, and then elementary schools. So I think like
big campus essentially.
Yeah, I think by the time that Grace is old enough for middle school or even late elementary school, she'll probably be with them, which deservedly so. Like those schools are old. I mean, early 1900s. So
that's probably part of the problem because the last few times I voted no on every fucking levy on every election. Such an asshole.
Yeah, I mean they need new schools, man. Yeah, they were outdated when we went to school.
Yeah, I just want to I don't go there anymore. I don't want my taxes raised.
I get it. But I got my daughter there, and I'm just like, yeah, she needs.
It was gonna get passed eventually.
I've been in that middle school and high school since, and they're just way overdue for
it's just
even
weird
just an upgrade. But
it's just weird because there's no point because moving every few years. I just leave my home of record at my parents' house, so my tax. As far as being in the military, living in different places doesn't change how my taxes work because everything.
Oh, really? So your
Ohio.
Taxes that you pay are all in Ohio?
Yeah, because my home of record's in Ohio. How the military does it, so.
Wow, actually Ohio's pretty low for taxes too. I don't know if you know that.
The only benefit is as long as I'm stationed outside the state of Ohio, I get all my state taxes back on my tax return. So it's a nice $800-900 I'm getting back in state taxes every year.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. Yeah, Ohio taxes are ranked something as far as low, or ranked something 16th out of.
It's not terrible.
It's not bad. It's pretty good. Pretty good based on others. Yeah, I looked at moving outside about 2 years ago to North Carolina, and when I was looking at state taxes, they were probably 16 above, or 16 below, I'm sorry, Ohio taxes. their taxes are pretty high.
Yeah. You go to a state. You should go to Florida. They don't have state taxes there.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Or state,
Yeah,
it's like
Florida.
state. It's like state or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's if you can handle living. The weather and the place, sure. The people.
My brother lives up towards, was it Tallahassee up in the Panhandle, which is not as bad. It's completely different. We live in the Panhandle apparently from the rest of Florida.
Dude, how is he doing?
He's fucking.
I forget you even have a brother, to be honest.
He's married and they just had a kid, so.
And Matthew, right? Matt?
Yeah, shocker, it's another girl. My parents now have 3 nieces.
And your sisters have 1 or 2, right?
My older sister has
Your
2.
older sister has 2.
Well, she's got 3 girls. 2 are hers. 1's from the husbands, her
Okay,
new
gotcha.
husbands. And then my brother's married, and technically he married some chick, but she already had a son, but he's not blood related. So blood related, my parents have 3 nieces now.
And your younger sister hasn't had any, right?
She's not married.
I think I have her on Facebook. She's the only one that I think I've ever, like, outside of me and you talking, that I've ever even, like, really talked to. I think I've talked to your brother one time, and I've seen your sister a few times since I've seen you last. I've actually seen her a few times, but I've never, like, talked to her where I'm like...
I hardly ever talk to her. Plus, she, like, unfriended me from Facebook a few months ago.
Oh, God. About the stuff we talked about?
About one of the...
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember, yeah.
Because I'm like, I think you're over.
I got you.
Even the fuck out of it on Facebook, and I pissed her off, and I was like, I don't really care.
For some reason, I thought you said that was your youngest sister.
That was my younger sister.
Oh, so you still talk to your older sister?
I don't talk to a whole lot of my siblings.
Your younger sister's pretty liberal, based on what I saw a few years ago. She's like, she's a lot different.
I would assume so.
Which is fine. I mean, I have middle point of view, but Raymond, I would do Luca Labre wrestling on the trampoline. Dude, Mucha Labre, oh my god, Mucha Lucha was the stuff, dude. Mucha Lucha. Oh my god, I love Mucha Lucha.
Speaking of like trampolines, have you ever watched Bruce Stu before?
Yes, I have.
Have you seen his trampoline video where they put like a rock on a trampoline and?
God, no, I have not.
I was like, I don't know how I didn't think about this as a kid.
That sounds freaking terrifying, man. Like a little rock, because he did a bunch of little rocks when we were kids.
According to him, it'd be like a big rock, almost a boulder. They just.
I don't know, but I don't know if you remember that, but we had a bunch of little rocks, like around that trampoline, like around our entire yard. Me, you, and Joey would all put all the rocks on here. Like, if you get hit the rock, we were out. You were out of the trampoline.
Yeah, it's something similar, just like, how can
we... Like with a giant rock? Dude, we did the dumbest shit. I feel like 3/4 of... I don't know, man. We were all pretty crazy when we were kids. Like, we were all pretty crazy. Like, it's just how it was. Like, especially the 3 of us. Like, especially me and you. But if we ever had in Joey... Or I don't know if this is still appropriate. I don't know if this is appropriate for stream. But
send it.
Do you remember when Jacob pulled his pants down in front of all of us? Do you remember that? Do you remember that? We were all there. There was actually even somebody else there.
Wasn't it in your room?
No, it wasn't. Well, yes, he did. Yes, he did it in my room. He did do that, but he did it twice. He did it twice to us. I don't know, because he's got a big old D, and he wanted to show it off. And he was. I didn't see it. Oh god, right? We all saw it. I can remember all of us like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you shooting me?" Like, I can remember all of us doing it, dude. We must have been at that point in time. We had to have been probably like 12. The reason I say that is because, I remember. All of us, do you remember all of us staying at Trey's that night? Do you remember that? Trey White, do you remember him? Because it was like one out of maybe 2 or 3 times that we ever like all hung out as a group. We stayed there for his birthday. This was right around the Halo 3 launch. Right around that. He got that for his birthday. We all played that. But also, we all got on the hub that night. He had a computer in his room. And like dummies, hold on, let me see what my brother said. Yes, soap and water was the best on trampoline. I 100% remember doing that too. Yeah, 100% remember doing that. And Bryce, even you were in that, I think, probably a few times though. It's my brother's, Bryce, you're, can't remember if you're 5 or 6 years younger. I think 5. But yeah, Bryce would try to join in with us because we were the older kids for the time. My sister's the middle child. So yeah, I remember the soap and water. But we stayed at Trey White's. I think it's maybe only either the first or second time we all hung out together. We weren't like all really friends with Trey, but Joey was more the one that was friends with him. And we stayed there. He was like the Halo 3 launch, like maybe a day or two later. We played that there. But instead, being the young preteens that we were, we decided 23. So, Bryce, I'm turning 29 next month. So, about 5 years. That's right. About 5 years. Anyway, we, Lisa, Halo 3 launch. Got a Halo 3 book. God, is it Halo 3? I don't remember if it's cupcakes or it doesn't matter. Cake, I think that you got a cake for it. And anyway, inside we decided to close his door in his room and go on the hub. And this was the early days of the hub, by the way. So there was literally everything on there, and we were young, probably like 14, 15, maybe at the latest 15. We were young, but his first birthday Halo 3 launch. So let me look up what that was. I want to see. Out of curiosity. But anyway, we stayed at his house and went on the hub and decided to look up some videos and decided something else that was a little bit funner than Halo 3. And he looked up something about shoving gigantic things in a woman's beehole. And everybody got really disturbed because his mom opened up the door, closed down the computer, slammed his monitor on against his desk and cracked his entire monitor. You remember this?
I don't
I can't remember who was playing this day. Yeah, it was like maybe the only second or third time. Like we were never like a big group friend. It was more of Joey and Cody were kind of. I think less Cody. It was mostly Joey that was friends with Trey. But he lived in the village too, and like I've at least within the last like 5 or 6 years I've talked to him too, but we were never close. Like we had our little friend circle. Like it was usually mostly me and you, but then it'd be like me, you, and Joey, or me, you, and Jacob. But Trey was like the extended outcast. We hung out just a couple of times because he got Halo 3 early. I'm gonna look up that launch date. I'm almost positive it was Halo 3, but I never got an original Xbox. I never got one. And I never got a PS2. I had a GameCube. Me and you had a GameCube. We were close like that with that stuff to where we were always playing the same type of stuff, but it was always for that period of time it was always Nintendo for both of us. I can remember that. And then obviously there also was a period of time where it was me, you, and Matthew, which I assume you remember Matthew. Probably like, I don't know, it must have been like maybe 3 years ago. It might have been that, but like probably about like a year or two ago. Oh, I was saying that Matthew, I probably talked to about a year or two ago. I think 2020. He actually reached out to me, and I got to talk to him. He saw one of the things I was doing with Torg, and when I started getting back into Game Junction, but he reached out to me, and we got talking about some of that kind of stuff too, because the nostalgia stuff is always my favorite stuff to like talk over, because it's just like an endless amount, especially for us. Yeah, 23. Yeah, so it would have been, yeah, I mean, but it's probably about 5 years since I'm about to turn 29, but yeah, anyway, I mean, talked to him. He's talking about some of the stuff. Do you remember Matthew always having everything before us. Everything. He got everything early at launch. He got, specifically remember him getting the N64 at launch. Actually, he got to rent it early, the Japanese version, a few weeks early. And then the GameCube, I never got anything at launch, ever. Nothing. The only thing I ever got at launch, the only thing I ever got at launch was GBA, right? So I got a Game Boy late, I got a Game Boy Color late, and I actually got the Game Boy Color when Gold and Silver came out, so it's probably like 2 or 3 years later. I got the GBA at launch. Obviously, no backlit screen, all that stuff. Then got Ruby when it came out, but he always got everything early. So I don't think there was a whole lot of times. Wii U, dude. I gotta tell. Have I told you the Wii U story about me and my brother?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, that's I actually shared, Bryce. I know you're not on Facebook too much, but I shared the Wii U launch story about me and you yesterday, because yesterday was 10 years since the launch of the Wii U, and I shared that, and also wrote an article on Go Nintendo yesterday as well. So check that out. That was about the launch of the Wii U, and why that was one of my favorite gaming memories. Yeah, I made him stand outside GameStop for hours in the cold, and by the way, we were the only ones there. Nobody cared. It was just me and my brother. Listen, if it wasn't me and my brother, 10 years. Yeah, it's been 10 years, dude. 10 years yesterday was the launch of the Wii U. It's insane. But I wrote an article how it was one of the most monumental video game system launches of my life, and why that it meant so much to me. Which it does. It means a lot to me, and there's a lot of reasons behind that. A lot of personal reasons behind that. And then also just a lot of timing reasons behind that, and also having my brother involved in that was really cool. It's the only time we ever got to do a game launch together, and the only time we've ever been together for a game launch, really, period. So it meant a lot to me. And then also I got to do a lot of coverage behind that system for Nintendo enthusiasts, so it was really cool. It's the first time I ever did any journalism articles, reviews, and stuff like that. So it meant a lot to me, and I actually said that I want to cover a lot of Wii U stuff here on the channel. I finally got the Elgato, so I have the ability to do that. It's just a requirement of games. I literally have 6 physical Wii U games and no digital, since Nintendo decided to not let you be able to transfer between profiles for digital games. But I used to have, believe it or not, I had almost 100 digital games for the Wii U, which is insane. But I cannot transfer any of those, and that was a long time ago. Yeah. Oh yeah. Just minimum at least $700 worth of games. But also, like I said, I got it launch day, and it was my primary system. I never got a PS4 when it came out. I had a PS4, or I got an Xbox One 2 years before the Series X launch, so 2018. For that whole entire time, I never had a primary game system besides the Wii U. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, it's wild, man. Time will do that to you, and it's just the memories. I'm sure I could come up with 20 more memories for just me and Mark alone, with gaming and non-related gaming stuff. But it's obviously also YouTube, Bryce. But it's crazy. A lot of stuff, man. We've been through a lot of things together. We've done a lot of stupid stuff together. It's been such an absolute pleasure to be able to just like rediscover some of these things, because I think about them at random times. I might even be talking to you later in the day, and I just think about it. And I'm like, yeah, wow, it's really been a long time. Like, here I am with a 7-year-old daughter next month, and I'm thinking about these things that we did when we were 12 years old, and it just blows my mind. Like, it just time
has flown.
Time has flown, and yep, I know, Bryce. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Yeah, man, the people we've got on here right now, it's we appreciate it so much. I don't think we've ever had this many people on here this late, and I'm usually not on this late. I don't think I've ever been on this late, but we appreciate it, guys. I mean, seriously, that means a lot. More people than we've had at like 8 o'clock streams before, so absolutely appreciate it. And I'm sure the new game helps a little bit, but consistency is great. Appreciate it.
Talk about dumb stories.
I mean, and you know what? It's dumb, but it's not dumb to me to talk about it.
No, they're good memories for sure.
There's only so many good memories I have from childhood. It's mostly with friends, really. I mean, that's about all I have from childhood. It's very good memories, I'm sure other family members can create. Bro, when you sleeping, bro? I'm about to go to sleep, Bryce. I'm exhausted as shit. I'm gonna be up at 8 or 9 in the morning, and I don't want to wake up. No, I be honest with you, Bryce. Like, doing it later with either Lucas or Mark is the only time that I've had to stream in months, almost this entire year. I think nostalgia are the best stories. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I for sure agree with that. Like, I can go on and on with people with nostalgia for ages. There's the child years, the preteen years, the teenage years, the post school years. I've got memories for days, and I'm sure Mark does too, even if they're not involving me. Bro, it's 8 p.m. here. I'm about to. Yeah, Bryce, I'm actually getting ready to get off here myself. But yeah, we appreciate the. It's just the viewers we got on here right now is discouraging me from getting off, because the most that we've had on a stream between you for a while. Yeah, I agree for sure. Mark is consistently trying to stream with us when he can. Yeah, he's on the Game Junction account. So every now and then you might see him. Obviously, he'll distinguish from voices, but yeah, we're all on here. I have not, but it's funny that you say that, because I'm a big Mega Man fan, also a big Bomberman fan, but Mark is the Bomberman guy for sure. Brought up about Bomberman Generations. What's your thoughts on that?
I haven't even played that game. I still need to play that game.
You haven't played Bomberman Generations?
Played Bomberman 6. Was it Bomberman
Jitters? Well, that's what he's talking about. He said Bomberman Jitters to Generations. So
like the three main games that kind of got me into it. The rest are just kind of hard to come by.
Yeah,
it's just something about those three games that kind of play the same way. I think I played Jitters the most.
I don't know if Jitters plays the same way as Generations, but they're both good games.
It's closer to the other two games that I played, but I think they're all good games.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I had like one of the Bomberman like theme park games.
Bomberman Touchland.
Just a bunch of mini games.
Yeah, they had 3 of those.
I only played the first one, but
they're fun. Yeah, they're Mario Party Bomberman based games. There's 3 of them, and it's essentially the same thing with touch controls. But I had 1 and 2. I never played 3, but they were fun. But he's talking about Jitters and Generations. And what were your thoughts on the differences of those? I mean, Jitters was an entirely different game from the Bomberman formula, so, I mean, did you like the story?
I don't think it was a huge stretch.
Jitters?
Yeah. It's
Jitters and Generations on the GameCube.
I've not played Generations.
Okay, yeah, definitely Generations is an entirely different game, for sure. 100%. It's not a standard Bomberman game at all. It's like if you just look up like a minute clip of the game, you'll understand. But it's like a 3D-esque, like Mario 64 type game. Like it's like a 3D game. Like I don't know how to explain it, but have you played the what's the other one on? There's like 3 of them on GameCube, and I just sent you a clip of me playing it like not too long ago because I got the peekaboo in there. Let me look up what it's called. I forget. Bomberman GameCube. Well, I sent you a clip of it, and it's like entirely different game. It's like a 3D plane / Fire Emblem, but without the grids. Yeah, I thought that was Generations, but
How Generation plays?
yeah, that's Generation. Yeah, it's like a not really an overhead, like a I don't know how to explain it. Do you remember me sending you that? I said, hey, I got the Pico boot working. I sent you, yeah. So that was like Bomberman Generation. It's like a 3D, but it's not like a first or a third person 3D like Mario Party 60. Not Mario Party. Mario 64, Super Mario 64. It's not like that. It's more like an overhead where you still have the 3D plane, but it's not like Fire Emblem-esque where you're on a grid. So it's like overhead.
Doesn't sound like my type of armoring game.
No, it's different, entirely different. Who's mad at you, brother? No, Bryce. I have Restream on, and we have 13 people on here, so I can't reply to everybody. I'll leave you a special comment. I'm sorry. Jiminy Christmas. Yeah, I forgot my brother's name. My brother's name is Matty, by the way, Mark. Not really, but
okay.
He's an a-hole that needs all the attention. Just kidding, Bryce. But no, we're on Restream, so what it does is calculates the comments from all the platforms, puts them in one. So I'm replying to whatever it's showing at once. I do not believe that this is all the platforms that we're streaming on, because I feel like it's not bringing in Twitter or anything, but whatevs. We appreciate being in here and being in the stream. I am beyond exhausted, but hey, Mark, you got anything else to say for the night, or?
Got nothing else. Probably gonna go pass out.
Yeah, I'm about ready to pass out myself. Hey, we appreciate the people we've had on here tonight. It's been cool. Thanks, Bryce. Thanks everybody that's been on. May be on post podcast tomorrow. We'll see how long it goes. I have had a long ass week, but if me, Mark, and Lucas or whatever can get a little bit of time in after the podcast, we will try to. But hey, appreciate everybody coming on tonight. We'll be on with part 4 soon for this, and I know Mark will be joining in at some point with the game as well. Appreciate everybody coming in, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give that across the socials. It is Link, so it's LINK .tr. No, it's linktr.ee/gamejunction for all the socials and the content. Apologize, that gets a little bit confusing, but linktr.ee/gamejunction for all the socials and all the content.